So ever since I was a little girl, my favorite holiday has never been Christmas or Easter or New Year's Eve or anything like that. My favorite holiday has always been Halloween. Halloween is probably the best holiday for me, not only because I get to eat candy and stuff my face with it, but because we get to dress up and interact with so many people, and it's such a happy event for me. The streets are lit up, people are outside passing out candy, there's kids, you get to see all the different costumes. But do people really ever know where Halloween started? Was Halloween always an event where people dressed up and went door to door knocking for candy? No, actually, Halloween originates about 2,000 years ago, and it actually has a very rich history. So, Halloween started about 2,000 years ago and was known as a Celtic festival known as Samhain. The Celtics lived 2,000 years ago in an area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France. They celebrated their new year on November 1st, and it marked the beginning of the summer and the end of the summer and the beginning of winter, which then was represented by coldness and dark. The Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead actually became blurred. This means that they actually believed that the dead roamed the earth on October 31st. So what they would do to keep these souls at bay is they would actually put food and wine outside of their doors to keep these ghosts happy. And if they wanted to step outside of their house, they would actually wear a mask to disguise themselves as ghosts so the ghosts would not bother them. To commemorate this event, the Druids built huge sacred bonfires where the people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities, the spirits. And they wore costumes while they did this. So Halloween didn't actually come to America till about the 19th century, but it didn't start off as this trick-or-treating event where we all dressed up. All of these traditions that we do now for Halloween actually originated from other traditions that immigrants brought over here from Great Britain, France, and Ireland. Halloween wasn't also always known as Halloween either. It started off as Samhain, and then about the 8th century, the Christian church actually changed Samhain to All Saints' Day or All Hallows' Day, which October 31st equals All Hallows' Eve, and then it was later shortened to Halloween. So trick-or-treating actually did not start off as trick-or-treating or originated as trick-or-treating. It actually is kind of a combination of other traditions that these people brought over. There's a tradition called souling, which people did over in medieval Great Britain. On All Souls' Day, which is November 2nd, the needy people would actually beg people for pastries, and they were called soul cakes. In return for their soul cakes, they would promise them that they would pray for their dead relatives. That was souling. Then there was guising, where young people dressed up in costumes and went around knocking on doors collecting food, wine, and money in exchange for singing, poetry, dancing, and even telling jokes. That sounds a little bit like trick-or-treating. So in the 19th century, when the Irish and the French actually immigrated over here to America, they brought these traditions with them, and it resulted in trick-or-treating. At first, people would actually just play a lot of tricks and not do a lot of the treating. It wasn't until about the 1950s that this actually became an event where families interacted with each other and dressed up and took their kids. Trick-or-treating was an inexpensive way for the entire community to share the Halloween celebration. Now, every year, everybody eagerly awaits Halloween. Halloween is actually a moneymaker as well, just like Christmas. Halloween is actually, people actually spend about $2.5 billion on costumes solely. And if you add in the cost of candy, people actually in America spend about $6 billion just on Halloween. That's a lot of money to spend on one day. Now next year, when you eagerly await for the holidays, which actually start off with Halloween, you'll actually know the rich history of Halloween. So next year when you're putting on your costume or you're getting ready to go to the festival like we have here in Tampa called Guavaween, you'll know that Halloween did not just start off as a holiday where people just actually dressed up and went trick-or-treating. It is actually a pretty cool holiday for me because it actually comes from other cultures and just kind of combined itself to be this. Thank you.